I'll be honest, the duck coop is not in the best position. I kind of didn't think before I placed it, and my bad really, but it's all good, like it's in the little world, because it gets really wet there. It's not really on a high bit. If anything, what I should have done is leveled this space. You can see how it's a mound now. Let me bend down so you can see I'm still standing in this sediment trap, and it's like quite high, and you can see it's not boggy at all, not boggy whatsoever. And you can see like there's no squelchiness on my feet. It's a nice high space for a coop to be, and you can have it facing south so it can maximize the amount of sunshine that they will get. And then I could place pallets and everything around it, and it would just be able to, and I could have extended and made this pond massive. Like could have been like, if I got the amount of ducks I've got, they would have made this all like quagmiry. I could have dug so many sediment traps in this section, but we'll have to make do. And it's not the end of the world. I can still take this down, but let's go around here and show you what I mean. So this slows the water down from making it too boggy in there, but there is some things I need to put into action. Let's go around here. So here, so what happens is the water kind of comes down all through these arteries, tributaries off the hills, down here, over the neighbour's croft, comes down here, into here, and you can see it starts to flow out, and you can see the flow. If I stop it, you see what I'm talking about. Flows out, comes round into here, into this section, around here, and yeah, my cutting's still going to get water. They're not going to like starve. Yeah, I got a lot of gristolinia there. I had about a good 100 cuttings, and they're coming back. Come on, son! I love this plant. It's that bogey green. Oops, I'm snagging. And a bit of willow. This willow I thinned out last year. I didn't cut it right back. I didn't pollard it, and you can see how it looks thick and dense. You can hardly see through it. Birds love this tree. So it comes round here. Water comes round, but because I don't have electric here, there's one thing I have not done, which is I need to cut the gutters, because what happens when it rains, it just falls down here and ends up here. And believe it or not, if I didn't dig that ditch, this is so bad. Literally, it's like you could hardly walk down here. You need a boat to get around in this section. So yeah, once I've cut this, put some guttering on the side, and then chunning it out and get to this sediment trap. Have a look. So I forgot to mention, this is the first one I ever dug, the first ditch, and it was like a little mound. I've got some videos, I might put them on the side here, but I remember kind of breaking down the wall down there just to exaggerate the kind of the water flow, because I used to get blocked up by these stones. So I broke down the dam or the wall, and then chiseled that down, and then had like a little kind of, got some sods and piled them up, and it used to fill up, and then the ducks enjoyed it. And now it's kind of, it's grown in time, and the ducks love it. Look, ducks really do like this space, and have a good old waddle and filter around, especially Mr. Mallard right here. So look at this sediment as well. Look, you can see it flowing just there, comes down. You can see it flowing just now. Oh, the juices. I want to put my hand in it, but I don't want to. But remember chiseling this and that as well. But lots of fun to be had in here. And look at you guys, you love the mud, innit? Shaking your tails. Shake your tail feathers. Ray Charles. So the last two sediment traps we'll talk about quickly, which is down here. You can see them on the drone shot, how they look. And like I said, ducks like to break down dams, because I did put lots of sods. This one's quite deep. This is about a good metre deep. And then I put loads of sods here, but they broke the sods down, and kind of so the water can flow a bit more. But what I'm going to do is exaggerate around here, like so. I make it a nice big space, nice big pond, and again reinforce this side so they don't encroach over there, because ducks are annoying in that sense. So I keep breaking the dams down. And then this is the last one, which you might have saw in my last video that I made. Oh, the video where I was talking about windbreaks, where those two grey ducks were having a good time in here, and they were pootling about and having fun in this one. This one's pretty fresh. So as this is like the last sediment trap on this route, obviously there's water that will meander and kind of end up coming out of here, but this is like the last route of it, so you can see how much sediment has been trapped in all these plants. And rush are a sign of good soil, by the way, guys. Sign of moisture, but at the same time a sign of a really good kind of rich kind of fertile soil. So you can see how they can reside. So the sediment comes through here, ends up, but most of the sediment, as you can see, I get a drone shot, it ends up down there, and that's where a lot of it spills out. Because I had chickens in here, 30 chickens, they were pooing, it was running out around the back. We have ducks down here. This was before me anyway, but I can just see how the water flows, and it flows around and ends up coming around here, but we'll go over there in a second. But this is a sediment trap, which is kind of almost like, it's like finished. You know, when I say finished, as in like I've trapped enough sediment to the point where when I put my welly in, you can see it so clear. Does that make sense? Because it's like there's hardly any sediment that's kind of come through all this section. It's been stopped in here, and by the time it gets to here, it's kind of pretty clean. It's like fresh. I ain't gonna drink it if you're thinking that, but it's just nice to see, like, because there's hardly any sediment. And I dug this one and that last one pretty much at the same time. So it just goes to show like what could happen if you kind of at your finishing project. So this one I might extend a bit more as well, maybe that way actually, extend it out that bit more that way, and then it should have some nice kind of freshish pond down here, and maybe I can put some extra plants in and stuff like that. But whilst we're on the talking about flow and everything, let's go to this section quickly. So we're back here at the OG sediment trap, and you can see it's really murky. Obviously the ducks were in there and I was in there, but still most of the time it is murky, like all the time. You rarely see the bottom of this place. So we come around here, and you can see the sediment flows out. Remember I said juncus inflexus, aka reeds, a sign of fertile and moist soil. So they come through, and it kind of, you see it all down here. And a lot of this is before I had sediment anyway, before these sediment traps. This is how I didn't plant all these rush. They ain't grown in, well, they've grown, but they've spread a bit, but this was here from before me, the predecessors. So it comes around here, and I'm just encouraging it, and flows into here, and then flows down. You can see how it's just flowing out, and they're just taking all this goodness. You can see the reflection of the light coming through there inside there as well. It's just all pooling up down here, and it comes round and flows all the way down. We'll follow it. So happy to see that kind of growing as well. It flows through here, and then I exaggerated this ditch. I wanted it to flow through, and it does flow out. It comes out down here, and then look at the amount of rush that we have in this section. And you can tell there's a lot of food going on, a lot of goodness and feed. And this almost becomes like a sediment trap in itself. This whole area honestly gets so damp, really damp. You can see it. These are kind of little kind of vernal pools. I'm getting snagged. The joys of wires. But yeah, lots and lots of water and lots of sediment. You can see it's nice and pretty and brown. And these willow, I've got a lot of willow here. I'm going to put more willow in here. We'll be able to suck it all up. You can see the water here where it's residing. But a lovely patch, lots of rush, means lots of goodness in the ground. So that's all my traps, mates. That's all my traps. More to come, but hang around. Look, got my secret. I'm going to get my secret ingredient right now. Remember this lovely green tub, nice full of duck poo, easy accessible. That's why I use it. 10 litres this one. Oh, there we go. And grab it, and I bring it back. And if you stick around, I'll show you my secret ingredient. Like I said, these sediment traps are full of lots of sediment from the road, the runoff, which will mostly end up in the sea, but I'm slowing it down, and ends up full of duck poop, which is full of phosphorus, potassium and nitrogen, which is great for veg beds. So what I do in the summertime is that I will dig these beds out, because they will dry up, and I'll dig these out and I can use them on veg beds. But if you've got ducks, you have to watch out, because ducks have lots of E. coli in their poo. So with that process, what you have to do is literally compost it, or dig it, put it in a bed and leave it fallow for up to a year, because that's when the E. coli is kind of eradicated in that time, because you don't want to get that. I've had E. coli poisoning from these guys not washing my hands, fingers in mouths and stuff. It was not fun, so be warned with that. But if you haven't got ducks, go ahead, use that silt straight away, basically. So what I'm going to show you now is the next best thing for sediment traps, which it's just the perfect way to inoculate biochar, and that's what I'm getting onto now right now. So this stuff here is like, use your best water to kind of put water on biochar, and this water has been duck pooed, it's been like all sorts, nice organisms dying in there. So what I'm going to do is kind of stop this biochar, and if you're wondering how I make biochar, click the link in the top right of the screen and you'll see how I make it and yeah, it's pretty simple really. It's how I make it. And basically I'm going to stop this, trap it in its charred form right now, and then I'm going to use it and put it in my sediment traps.